Greetings, kids and nerds. I'm Leeds Universe and White Nerdy, and it's time for another anime review for you of this time of one that I've been sitting on for a long time. Hunter x Hunter: The Phantom Rogue. Before I actually talk about the movie and everything, story time. I bought this way back in 2020, I think it was. Um, and I did do a review of this a long time ago, but I wasn't happy with how that video turned out, kind of. Wasn't really into talking about it or anything, and it's out of my collection. I wanted to make a video of this ever since then, but it's out of my collection for the longest time until I finally remembered, oh yeah, I never talked about this on the channel. Sometimes you leave something on the back burner and you forget about it until it finally goes up in smoke, turns black, or your entire kitchen starts to burn up. So let's finally talk about Hunter x Hunter: The Phantom Rogue. Just a little warning that there may be slight spoilers for people who have not seen this anime movie yet. So again, just slight spoilers, but this is my overview and retrospective of Hunter x Hunter: Phantom Rogue. This will be my honest to God thoughts and opinions on Hunter x Hunter: The Phantom Rogue, so in case you haven't seen it yet and don't want it spoiled for you, you have been warned now that spoilers are definitely ahead. I still can't believe that I've never officially talked about this until now. Oh my god. Hopefully that is not a running theme on here where it's like somebody asked me if they like see a DVD in my collection, like, can you do a video on insert title here? Sure. Then just insert a SpongeBob clip of like 10 years later. And then finally I'd be like, oh crap, I forgot to make that video! So yeah, hopefully that's not an attempt of anything to happen. But yes, I do actually have Hunter x Hunter: The Phantom Rogue, and I do have the other one, the last mission, which I think is superb, and truthfully to this one. But this one isn't too bad either. It feels more like that instead of a Hunter x Hunter movie with all the characters, it feels like that this is something that could mostly about Kurapika, truthfully, and that would not harm the movie at all. But they decided that, because this is like a generic movie and uh Togashi liked to use group characters. I can't imagine where he got that idea from. Uh, isn't there a famous anime that I'm a big, huge fan of that he might have gotten the inspiration for this? Nope, not at all. So, this is just going to be my overview, retrospective, and review of Hunter x Hunter: The Phantom Rogue, and just my own honest, good opinions about it. And I do have to say that while watching this, because I've heard rumors that, and I can't remember her name for the life of me, but the creator of Sailor Moon, the wife of Togashi, basically was kind of like his supporting partner in a lot of the stories and stuff. And it's like, while watching this, because Sailor Moon, I've heard rumors had like very creepy episodes, that this feels like something that he would do. But yet again, or something that she would do, excuse me. But then again, I think her name is Nico something. I completely have no idea. But Sailor Moon fans, which I know that there's a lot of you on this channel, please feel free to mention her name. I completely forgot it for the life of me. But to be truthful, this feels like something that you would see in Yu Yu Hakusho, which is what Togashi worked on long before Hunter x Hunter. And if you ever watch the film, you'll see what I mean. It feels like an episode of like Sailor Moon, because I've heard that there's an episode of Sailor Moon with like zombie like football players. Like there's like a banned episode because it was too creepy of like something that had to do with football players. And so yeah, just that seems like a good idea. But they decided to do a good concept but poor execution. But we'll get more into that as you as the review actually goes on here, so let's get started. I love how it opens up with the chibi characters. It's so adorable and cute. Like, this is the introduction to the movie and everything that you need to know about the world of Hunter x Hunter, which is kind of cool. Which we open up to a flashback with Killua talking to his brother Loop, Illumini, who wants him to basically know that everything that he has stand for is going to come back and haunt him. He tried to tell his brother, like, look, you're going down a dark path. There's nothing that you can do about it. You're going to betray people, you're going to kill people, and you're going to like it. And he killed a bunch of kids right in front of him.
Wait! Stop! That is evil.
Like, I know it's a great strategy to grab people's attention by do something shocking that they're not expecting. And I don't think anybody was expecting for Illuminati to go, my brother must learn that he is destined to kill somebody and he has a thirsty bloodlust because he's part of the Gold List, a group of assassins that exist in the Hunter x Hunter world. Like, how can I teach him a valuable lesson? I know, I will murder children. What the fuck is wrong with this movie? And I do like that he keeps telling his brother, like, eventually you're gonna do things that you are going to regret doing. And it's sort of like that Killua doesn't listen to him. Like, I would never betray, friends or anything. And he keeps trying to tell him politely, like, if you ever run into people that you care about, just run away. And which he doesn't actually do that. He wants to basically stay in. Which becomes sort of like the more annoying plot of the movie is that they keep going back to it, or the enemy that they keep going back to it. Like, well, Killua is actually going to kill. Is going to do something bad. Killua is going to do something bad. I will never revert to something bad. It's like, we get it. We get it. You don't have to keep hammering the nail if it's already stuck in the wall. You're just going to keep making a dent into it. You're just going to keep hitting it until you get the thud, 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 thud. But what's great is actually the villain of the movie, but we'll come back to that a little bit later because he has a very creepy ability, but they don't utilize him well. So I actually do like that they're like, hey, what's a famous character that we haven't really focused on lately? And that is Kurapika. They didn't really necessarily focus on Kurapika much, so the film was like, screw it, let's put the highlight mostly on Kurapika and see what he's doing. So when Kurapika was younger, he was given a basically task by his master, was that he had to go into a village without making his eye turn red. Which of course is unfortunate to happen because, well, when they get into town, something accidentally happens with his best friend who actually ends up being blind, and that he knocks over a wine bottle and ruins the guy's suit. Which of course forces Kurapika to go full on rage mode and beat the ever loving shit out of the guys and force them to apologize to his blind friend, Pyro, for what they have done to him.
We're sorry! Kurapika, stop it! Let me go! That's enough! Stop!
Forgive us! We were just...
Which was then told that the leader of the village that they belong to actually has hired these guys to basically kind of let them go into full-on rage mode and have their eyes turn scarlet. I don't know if this is Togashi just in general or something, but even in Yu Yu Hakusho, there was kind of like that little hint that of racism involved in it, and I don't know for the life of me if Togashi has ever went through anything of racist variety, which I know that with Japanese people, there definitely is, and there has been, especially in the past. And I'm just wondering if he ever went through something like that, because when Kurapika goes full on rage mode, his eyes turn red. He's called a scarlet-eyed monster or a red-eyed monster, and it's like, it kind of makes you wonder, especially in Yu Yu Hakusho, with like Hiei, for example. He basically is kind of turned against, racist against, because he is the son of a knight and a nun, which the nun is actually supposed to be basically a lesbian, like they're supposed to only make love to another nun, and that birds are like a healthy, holy baby. With the knight, he basically impure the nun, so the nun gave birth to a demonic baby, which was Hiei. I love the lore behind Yu Yu Hakusho in case you haven't wondered or found out by now. But I do love this backstory, and with Pyro, they especially make it known that he does care about his friends, and which there's a lot of you probably out there that Moth is best friend that is very special to you, or just someone who is very special to you, and that makes sense. And which Rio tells him later on in the movie, like, listen, you lost your best friend, but you gained more through that. Like, you may have lost someone very special, but you gained even more special people in your life. Like, you don't ever have to forget about the one that was the most important to you, but you gain something else in return. And I think that's wonderful because that's a great way for people to be like, yeah, I did lose that special someone, but I gained something great in return, by finding something powerful among friends. And I absolutely adore that. That's probably the best factor behind the anime movie and everything. And to which there is another character, but in order to talk about her, we have to talk about our main villain behind everything. So there are going to be spoilers just coming up here because we got to talk about the main villain, the problem that I have with him, and then also the plot of the young girl, which I also have a problem with. It's like they set up this great villain. I mean, he has really superb like nen abilities and everything, and then the problem is like great writing, great execution, undeniably for its payoff. They just didn't have any way of paying them off, truthfully. So we gotta talk about the villain of the movie, and that is Ono Cage. So earlier in the movie, when everybody goes to visit Kurapika, he doesn't have his eyes. He lost them, though he doesn't know how or where that he lost them, but only by his best friend, Pyro. Which Gon ends up making a new friend named Retsu, who at first he thought was a boy, but it's not. It's actually a young girl that basically Gon ends up becoming friends with very quickly. And so Ono Cage shows up basically about halfway through the film, and he is an underutilized villain that has a really cool special nen ability that he uses. He has a nen ability at first called Divine Puppeteer, which allows him to basically take possession of the people and turn them into puppets, but at a certain cost. He steals people's eyes. And I think that that's like weird, but then again, there was an old phrase that puppeteers like to use with like the life of a puppet lies within the eyes, and which that is true. Just like if you're drawing your characters, the eyes that you give your characters kind of give them life. Like you can see everything just within the character's eyes. And this is just so weird, but it makes sense, especially like an old saying is that um, life exists in the eyes of the viewer, which is the person, in which they're absolutely right because everybody views the world at different points of views, and the people that basically observe the world in the purest of ways and they don't see nothing wrong with it at first until they get older is kids, like baby, toddlers, children. They just observe the world in their own unique sort of sense. And that's a great thing. And I think that it's creepy that he does take the eyes of people. But then when you stop and think about it, it's just like instead of having specific people that he takes the eyes from, which according to this film, and especially on Hunter x Hunter, they steal the eyes of the people that Kurapika is involved with, and yeah, instead of using that against Kurapika, like him having to face against his own people, they don't use that idea at all because what the guy actually ends up doing because he's an ex Phantom Trope member is that he actually takes members that are both alive and dead from the Phantom Trope and actually turns them into puppets because he was an ex Phantom Trope member? And also, no, Cage is not the actual villain behind the movie. In fact, it's his little sister Retsu who is in fact the main villain in control of everything. And also, Cage has another ability called Doll Catcher, which is an absolutely really cool ability where he can adapt and control the different nen of other nen users. which they have this really cool villain. They have them all set up. They know what they're gonna do with them. They have a standoff between each and every character. And how do you think he dies?
Prince!
Yes, his sister Retsu killed her brother because she blames him for never living a full life. No, I don't know what that means either, in case you're wondering. I have absolutely no idea what it means. I think it might be a reference to, like, sometimes, especially it's bad too, it's like kids, young kids, are abused and they sort of feel like their life had been stripped away from them because of that reason, or, unfortunately, infanticide is happening a lot, which nowadays with children's lives are just stripped away from them before they can actually live a full one, and that is very sad. I don't know if that is what the film is suggesting, but they do explain in Onikage's backstory is that he was trying to control his nen ability and everything, and he accidentally ripped out the eyes, which, by the way, his sister was like David Bowie, had eyes of different colors, and he killed her. And that's why he made the puppet, because he accidentally killed his own sister. In case you're thinking that this sounds familiar to Fullmetal Alchemist when they were trying to bring back their mother after she died of illness, yes, it is almost very much like that, except even weirder. And when she revealed, like, no, you're not the absolute puppeteer, I am, and it's like, sure, we'll roll with that. But she had no thing to be like, I was the one. Basically, in a sense, his sister, his sister's eyes were giving him more power. So technically, he had two net abilities: hers, which was the puppeteer ability, and his, which is doll control or doll collector, where he could, absorb other net abilities. Which is, both of them are very cool abilities, but the payoff is that, like, he just wants revenge because the Phantom Trope got rid of him for whatever reason, and it's like, that that no, it just, no, it had no absolutely paid execution or anything. I'm not saying that this film is bad, but the villain payoff is just the absolute worst, in my opinion. It's like they had a really good setup and everything, but the origin, the payoff, and everything was just, no. His net abilities are cool. The reason why he wants revenge is cool, but in the end, it just does not matter for him at all. So, the Funko Pop rating of that I'm gonna give Hunter x Hunter, the Phantom Rogue here, it's gonna be, in my opinion, I think that I'm gonna give it a Battle 11 because it's kind of blind towards what Hunter x Hunter has already set it up by this point and everything, and also blind to what a great villain can be because Hunter x Hunter has had some great villains in its arsenal, and this one just did not sit up there with like Koro or any of the other ones like that. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to give Hunter x Hunter the Phantom Rogue the honorable Funko Pop rating of a Battle 11. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me at Twitter, link in the description down below. And also click that bell icon to be notified every single time that I make an upload. And also follow me at Twitter with the link in the description down below so you can be notified about if I'm working on anything, which I rarely ever talk about on Twitter. But you never know, you can still follow me for other fun things. And also let me know what you think about Hunter x Hunter the Phantom Rogue. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comment section down below. And also, in my opinion, the last mission is kind of like the better movie, had a better villain, better payoff, and kind of better story. So, but let me know what you guys think about Hunter x Hunter Phantom Rogue in the comment section down below. In the truth, I will say that I like it. It's just unfortunate that they didn't treat the villain with the respect that he deserved. So thank you guys so much for watching. I believe you I want you to keep your on. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and do all the other fancy YouTube things. And also follow me at Twitter with the description down below. I believe you I want you to keep your on. And until next time, guys, take care.